Our aching souls. The Ishgardian delegate seeks a battle mage with courage unwavering. Well, you come to the right Elizan. Ah, my lord goddess, I have awaited your coming. The phenomenon wherein men turn into monsters. It pains to say that Ishgard has not been spared. A dread blasphemy has appeared in the Holy See, and to compound the people's horror, the beast resembles a dragon. Oh, God, the irony there. 'Tis imperative that it be vanquished without delay, and to that end we have begun assembling a hunting party. Given that fear and despair may turn our allies against us, we are being stringent in who we choose for this duty. Yet while we have confidence in the quality of our knights, the mission would greatly benefit from the presence of a battle mage, one who can stand unflinching in the face of our fell quarry. We would be hard-pressed to find an individual who fits that description better than you. Will you not lend us your strength and skill? Oh, you can count on me. Oh, very well. No, I like Ishgard. You can count on me. We are in your debt. Just a moment while I relay the glad tidings to command. Any excuse to maybe see Aymeric, too. "'Tis settled. Upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the Aetheryte Plaza. Lord Artoirel will be there to receive you. May the Fury speed your way." Oh, maybe I should have dressed better for the occasion. Oh well, it's fine. Gaddis, I have been expecting you. Words cannot express how heartening it is to have you fighting beside us. Allow me to echo that sentiment. Ah, the boy! He's here. Greetings, my friend. Lest you wonder, Lord Artoirel and I are leading the effort to deal with the blasphemy. With your capable self in the fold, I have no doubt that we shall succeed. Without further ado, I shall brief you on the situation. 'Twas a handful of days after the first beasts appeared in radz-at-han. Uh-oh, are we gonna get a little flashback? That dude, yes! The one that collapsed. An Elizan man was observed in the hoplon and the pillars, walking with an unsteady gait. All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain, and before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible draconic beast. Oh wow, it looks like... yeah, it's a familiar looking one actually. At the mere sight of this, many who chanced to be present also turned, and regrettably, the temple knights were forced to put them down. The blasphemy itself, however, took wing and fled. Profane Fafnir, we have chosen to call it, after the dragon man of Ishgardian myth. Fafnir, huh? Since that day, the beast has oft been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time ere disappearing again. Alas, these brief visitations are enough to cause more people to turn, and for fear and panic to spread further. As part of our investigation, we have sought to identify the man who became the blasphemy, but thus far we have learned naught. Yeah, he seemed like an average poor guy. We have, however, identified a common thread between those subsequently turned. All were people of fervent faith, people such as priests and inquisitors. Well, is that such a loss then? I mean, not all of them are bad, but man, we ran into some really shitty ones back in Heavensward. When the truth of our nation's history was laid bare, the legitimacy of the church was called into question. Many Ishgardians struggled to reconcile the revelations with their beliefs, and none more so than the pious. Such men and women, we posit, would be more susceptible to despair, and therefore the transformation. We must find a way to stop it. Ishgard has only just emerged from a 1,000-year war, and we cannot suffer another great tragedy, much less so soon. Yeah, they've gone through enough stuff. Let's give them a break. In order to attain a better understanding of the situation, we intend to speak with a member of the clergy. The sole individual who survived witnessing the blasphemy's birth without being turned. Clem is his name, and he is a deacon at St. Raymond's Cathedral. Come, let us seek him out there at once. Hopefully he's a cool dude. I mean, he's got to have some strength of will to have not have turned when everybody else did, but, alright, mild-mannered looking guy. Is he an Ellison or a hearer? He's a hearer, I guess. It's a little short, yeah. Lord Aymeric, Lord Artoirel, and the savior of Ishgard besides, you do me great honor. I am Clem, and I serve as a deacon here at St. Raymond's Cathedral. I understand you were among those at the Hoplon where the incident occurred. We give thanks to the Fury for your merciful preservation. We now seek to prevent the blasphemy from wreaking further havoc, and would appreciate any details you can provide. Loath we are to make you recall unpleasant memories. Will you not recount to us what you witnessed that day? Very well. We are presently relocating the vault's libraries to the cathedral, in case you were unaware. We had finished delivering a batch of tomes, and were on our way to bring over another. As we approached the Hoplon, we noticed a young man walking unsteadily. No sooner had he come to an abrupt halt than he transformed into a draconic beast. The fiend fixed us with a menacing glare, and it was all we could do to find our wits and flee. But to my compounding horror, my brethren who were with me began turning into monstrosities as well, one after another. Praise the Fury that you at least were spared, Deacon Clem. I cannot imagine how frightening the experience must have been. Uh-oh. Oh, is this a good person? Oh, God, they got goofy headdresses. Bishop Vartano. Wait, what the fuck? His face looks like the old guy from Charlian, Montague or whatever his name is. Forgive me if I interrupt. I was informed that our stalwart protectors were present and wished to express my gratitude. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your service. I pray that we shall soon be free of this scourge. Indeed, if there's aught we might do to aid your efforts, you need but say it. So everybody with this old man face is a good guy, I guess? You are most kind, Your Grace. Oh, why am I frowning? Something I don't like about that, I guess. That was Bishop Vartano, the head of St. Raymond's and a member of the Synod? With the seat of the Archbishop vacant, he is, in effect, the highest authority in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. This is so. Yet in spite of his elevated station, he remains as kind and humble a man as any I have ever known. Like His Grace, I would do all that I can to help shepherd our people through this uncertain time. To that end, there's a request I would make of you, if you can spare a moment to consider it. Of course. If it is within our power, we should be glad to offer you aid. Thank you. Alright. So what do you need? In the wake of the transformations, a group of clergymen fled the city in fear. I need to track them down. Yet though they sought refuge in the wilderness, they put themselves at the mercy of the elements and fell fiends both. Given that the cause of the transformation is not clear, I think theirs was a decidedly unwise decision. I wish to set out and find them, but I am not trained in the ways of war. As such, I require those who are to accompany me in my search. So that is the way of it. Suffice it to say, we will help. Do you know whither your fellows may have headed? The Western Highlands, I believe. Between Gorgonane Mills and Hemlock, there's no shortage of abandoned dwellings in the area. Very well. Time being of the essence, I propose we split up and scour separate areas. Gaddis, if you would escort the good deacon to Gorgonane Mills, Lord Artoirel and I will tend to Hemlock. Yeah, let's get to know this little priest guy, I guess. Oh, Ellison. You! I hope that's a good you and not a bad one. You recognize me? Ah, I see you found them. Yes, and none the worse for wear, thank the Fury. My friends, forgive us if we have given cause for alarm. We come out of concern for your well-being. Though we understand why you quit the city, we fear you may have placed yourselves at greater risk by coming here. His Grace Bishop Vartano too worries for your health and prays for your swift return. So please, will you not allow us to escort you back to the Holy See? I assure you, you will be much safer there than in this wretched place. Servants of the Fury will never be safe in the city, don't you see? Oh god, is this another anti-dragon person? This is your fault, you and your accursed revolution. The people disdain us, mock us from behind our backs, and spit in our faces. Well, I mean, ever stop to think why that might be? Oh, he's not pleased by that. And now someone is conspiring to transform us into monstrosities, enemies of the church, I'll wager, emboldened by your deeds. So no, I will not go back to Ishgard. I'd sooner freeze to death than suffer your pity. Okay, dude, then freeze. Oh, fuck. Well, that didn't take long. What? Yeah, Artoirel, this is kind of what happens to people when they lose it. All I've ever done was in service to her. I'm a good man. I do not. She cannot forsake me. Yeah. There's no she here to help you, pal. Yeah, okay, well, fuck. No. Ah, Holoni Preserve. Let's not have you other ones transform too. Oh, okay. Bye. Enjoy your new home. Gaddis, we cannot allow him to harm any others. Man, I mean, okay. He kind of deserved it, I guess. Give chase and do what you must. We will remain here and keep the others calm. Alright. What do these other weenies have to say? Or they can't talk. All shall be well, my friends. Come, join me in prayer. I mean, maybe I'll be like the dudes in Fafnir. If they can... Oops, you need to click that. If they can just, you know, calm themselves or focus themselves with prayer, then they won't turn. Down you go. Oh. Couldn't even finish my combo. I'll do a little prayer. Because you are an Ellison, so I'm sorry you died. But I'm also sorry you were being really stupid about things, too. Okay. Why do you still have your weapon out? You could put it away now. Is it done, Gaddis? Yep. He went down pretty quick. My thanks. What happened is most regrettable, but we must be grateful that no one else came to harm. While you were gone, the deacon was able to convince the others to return to the city. Let us escort them back at once, and then reconvene it at the congregation to consider our next course of action. For our purposes, we have the use of the strategy room. Announce yourself to the guard without, and he will show you in. Lords Aymeric and Artoirel await you within the strategy room. Will you be joining them now? Yes, I shall. Oh, is this a different room? I thought... Oh, it doesn't have his desk. It's a different room. Let's talk strategy. Lest you wonder, we have taken the clergymen to St. Romanod's to rest and recover. If truth be told, the thought that they may still succumb to despair in turn remains at the forefront of my mind. Well, sorry to tell you, Aymeric, but anybody could. Yet the risk would be greater still were we to keep them at arm's length and deny them the comfort of the Church. Indeed. From the words he spoke, the Inquisitor yearned for the days of old. He and others like him can scarcely be blamed. Since the truth of the nation's founding and the Archbishop's machinations were made public knowledge, the Church has been in turmoil. Tear down the Church! Tear down the Church! Though we have made great strides in separating religion and state, there has been far less progress in the reformation of the Church. For our faith has been everything to us, our purpose and our comfort. 'Tis not an easy thing to reconcile one's beliefs with the betrayal of our spiritual leaders. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, they were in that situation for so long. That's quite the cold water to the face. Thus torn between their hearts and minds, many Ishgardians feel lost, and none more so than the members of the clergy, whose faith was once unshakable. Little wonder, then, that the most dedicated and devout are like to turn. So it seems, but further investigation is needed ere we draw a definite conclusion. With the war's end, Ishgard has set out on a new path. The choices we make now shall determine our course for the future. Come what may, we dare not squander the chance we have fought so hard to attain. Yeah. Once the returned clergyman is sufficiently calmed down, I shall have the deacon speak with them, that we might gain insight into their individual plights. Good. Meanwhile, I shall take the opportunity to brief my men on recent developments. Pray, take a moment's rest, my friend. You have earned it. When you are ready to continue our work, you may seek us out here. Oh, that's a much bigger version of the same... I have this thing in my house, but it's like a quarter of the size. So they just scaled it up for this room. It's kind of a nice comfy spread here. I like it. Alright. No forgiveness, no deliverance. Ah, goddess, your timing could not be better. Deacon Clem has finished speaking with the rescued clergyman, and will be here shortly to share his findings. Lord Aymeric, too, is on his way. Let us wait for them. Let us hope this doesn't turn into a big fucking fight. Uh-oh, what's that music for? What's happening? Someone else turn? Deacon Clem, we thank you for making the inquiries on our behalf. 'Twas no imposition in the least. As I said, I am glad to do all I can. So, 'tis our understanding that those we escorted back were all close acquaintances of the Inquisitor who turned. Like him, they too had been the subject of harassment by certain quarters of the populace. Is this correct? It is, I'm afraid, and they are far from alone. Men of the cloth were once afforded respect and deference as servants of Helone, but now they are openly reviled by many. We were complicit in perpetuating terrible lies, this is true, but we too were misled. We too are victims, yet we are regarded by some as criminals. Well, I do understand the people's anger, but it saddens me to think that they would thus lash out at their fellow man, especially when we need solidarity most of all. Though I can imagine your plight, I would not presume to fully grasp your pain. Will you tell us of the challenges you and yours have had to face since the war's end? Like all sons and daughters of Ishgard, we dreamed of peace in our lifetime. But now that it has come, we find we have little cause to rejoice. Our faith has been the foundation of our lives, and overnight that foundation has been crippled by fractures, beyond repair for some. To learn that we had been deceived, and that we had unwittingly deceived others in turn, was devastating. We, who had once been shepherds to men, found ourselves lost lambs, bereft of surety and wanting for guidance. We have languished in darkness, all of us. Yet I have faith that the Church will redeem itself, that we will find a new path and again become a beacon of hope for the people. I see. Thank you for sharing this with us. Your testimony has confirmed our suspicions. According to our allies, that which causes people to turn is none other than their despair and anguish. If it wasn't before, 'tis now abundantly clear why members of the clergy are among the transformed. That you did not, I believe, is due to your unwavering faith in the Church. In light of this, we would ask for your continued cooperation. I mean, what else do you have to do? Of course, anything to help my brethren. Now that we have established the cause, that leaves us with the mystery of the Profane Fafnir's identity. The progenitor of these troubles, could he too have been a man of the cloth? I mean, he didn't look that way, but who knows? From what I recall of his garb, I doubt it. He was dressed in the common fashion, and inadequately against the cold besides. 'Tis said that something of the individual may remain in the blasphemy, influencing its behavior. Yeah. If we can determine what instincts drive Profane Fafnir, we may learn who it once was, and this knowledge, I believe, will prove vital in our efforts to stop it. Deacon Clem, we ask that you reach out to your fellow clergymen. Please do what you can to ease their anxieties. Understood. As I have ever done, I shall provide what comfort I can to those in need. Meanwhile, we must make it a priority to identify the blasphemy. To that end, I would seek out more eyewitnesses. The Hoplon is a busy place at any given time. Some ordinary citizens are bound to have been present as that tragic event unfolded. I propose we make inquiries in the Pillars. If you could attend to the Hoplon, Lord Artoirel and I will look at the surrounding areas. I mean, how long has it been? I know one of the devs was saying, unfortunately, they can't allow like the exact passage of time. So it's kind of like the Spider-Man Peter Parker problem where even though real years go by, it's only been like a handful of years for him. And I think in terms of Final Fantasy XIV, all the stuff from fucking ARR up to Endwalker is supposedly a quote-unquote year, but it's like, there's no way. It seems like way more stuff, or way more years have passed with all the stuff that's happened. So when these guys are saying that they're having a difficult time dealing with the after effects of Heavensward, but Heavensward feels like a lifetime ago, it's kind of hard for me to reconcile that a little bit. But then again, I mean, stuff with religion and changing government and that kind of stuff just naturally takes a shit ton of time. So it is entirely possible that things outside of the firmament have been moving much slower than I thought. Like, anybody involved in the firmament, they've hyper advanced because everybody's like, you know, happy-go-lucky, hey, we built something awesome that everybody gets to enjoy in that little zone. But maybe outside of that zone in Ishgard, it's not all, you know, wine and roses. I wasn't present for the incident at the Hoplon, but a young man poorly dressed for the cold that I did see. I recall him well because an aide from St. Vadreno's was searching for him. He was a patient at the infirmary, and by coincidence had the same name. Oh, that's a good hint. Okay. No, I didn't see that dragon, nor would I've wished to, frightful as it sounds. They say it wasn't a Dravanian attack, but if not, then what was it? What? Can I not tell them? Whatever that beast was, I pray I never have to lay eyes upon it. I'd sooner forget I was ever here. I mean, shouldn't we be doing a big old mega, blast to everybody saying, hey, don't be scared or full of despair or whatever, or you're going to turn into a monster? Like, we should hopefully be warning people about what the transformation is caused by so that they don't turn. Spirited citizen. The dragon that appeared at the Hopland? Aye, I saw it with my own eyes. One moment an Elizan, the next a terrible beast. He was a heretic, I take it. A heretic. Okay. So in the infirmary and a heretic. Oh, wait, no. When they say heretic, they're talking about how those dragon followers used to turn into dragons. Like Izael's people. So no, he probably wasn't actually a heretic, I bet. Alright, what did you guys find out? There you are, goddess. Did your search yield anything? A patient at the firmament's infirmary, you say? Among those with whom I spoke, one claims to have witnessed an individual fitting that description. A man walking in a stupor who did not seem to feel the cold. If he had wandered straight out of the infirmary, it would explain his state of attire. Yes, I dare say we have found our blasphemy, but to think that his name should be Vaindreno. Vaindreno? What was Justinian's actual last name? I think that was Valdreno, though, not Vaindreno. 'Tis the same as that of former Heavensward commander Sir Vaindreno de Rochamond, for whom the infirmary is named. Sir Vaindreno, however, retired from his station at a ripe old age some years ago. 'Tis not like to have been him. In any case, we have a lead. I shall head to the infirmary at once. Pray wait for me in the broom. Vaindreno? Valdreno? What the hell is Justinian's name? Oh, Varlino. Okay, I was way off. Sorry, all you Elizan names sound the same to me. This is Loverick, the aide who is in charge of Vaindreno. Have you found him? Oh, please say you have. We have not, I'm afraid, but we seek to, and hope that you could tell us more about him. Maybe ask how he came to be at the infirmary. He was found by patrol in the Central Highlands. After being treated for his hurts, he was brought to us for convalescence. Being in the prime of his years, he had been doing well, but then... Prime of his years? By all accounts, he is no old man. It seems safe to assume this isn't Sir Vaindreno. Oh no, he's definitely a different person, as I told Lord Artoirel. And though he gave his name as Vaindreno, he seemed rather confused, and we had no means to confirm his identity. In his state, he shouldn't be wandering around on his own. Please, you must find him. Well, he's flying around somewhere, I'm sure. The man who recently turned into a beast at the Hopland. We regret to say it may have been Vaindreno. What? No, how can this be? Is there aught you can tell us? Things he may have said or done while in your care? Do you have a crush on him? While he was still unconscious, he would often ramble. Though most of it was incoherent, he mentioned the Archbishop many times. Oh, and he spoke of a bishop too, Bishop Fartino. I assumed he was a pious man given this. Uh-oh. Is that friendly-looking old man an asshole secretly? Time to beat up an old man. I see. Thank you for your cooperation. We will continue our investigation and, should we confirm what became of Vaindrano, inform you forthwith. Man, fuck the church. Always some asshole in the church. Let us return to the congregation for now. The mystery remains, but we are one step closer to identifying the man who became Profane Fafnir. Indeed, though he may not at first appear to be a member of the clergy, his words betray a fervent faith. And how curious that he should speak not only of the Archbishop, but Bishop Vartno specifically. Perhaps he was personally acquainted with His Grace? In light of the possibility, I believe we should speak with him directly. I agree. Agreed. I will request an audience, but His Grace has many demands upon his time. It may be a while before we are seen. Dude, fuck that. Just bust in his doors and say, we have a problem. Let me do it. Should you have other business, pray feel free to attend them in the meantime. Oh, this is just a way of them saying, hey, we're going to pause here in case you need to level up some more. Fortunately, I don't need to level up. So I'm just going to click on you again right now. Only justice, only vengeance. Caddis, excellent timing as ever. Deacon Clem has just sent word that Bishop Vartno will see us now, by which I mean right this instant. 'Tis extremely short notice, I know, but it would not do to miss this opportunity to learn how he and Vaindrano may be connected. Not wishing to keep His Grace waiting, Lord Aymeric is already on his way to St. Reminaud's Cathedral. Come, let us hurry there ourselves. Better get some good fucking answers from this old man. Alright. My lords, I'm so sorry. I informed His Grace that you were making your way hither, but shortly before you arrived, he recalled that he had urgent business and had to leave the cathedral at once. Hey, that's cool. Let's just follow him wherever he went. He cannot have gone far, though, so if you wish to search for him in the hopes you can steal a moment of his time. To grant us an audience only to depart with such haste, what business could be so pressing? Wait, where are you guys going? Oh, we just have to search for him? Is that it? I see. Okay. Oh, there's the asshole. He's old. He didn't get far. Oh, well, uh-oh. I don't like that well. That's a suspicious well. Well now, that even the savior of Ishgard should be here. Your Grace, perhaps 'tis simply our misunderstanding, but we were under the impression that you had granted us an audience. Got some splaining to do. Lord Speaker, rest assured I was just about to return to the cathedral. That's a lie. There is no need, Your Grace. This will not take long. As you may have heard, we are investigating a young man named Vaindrano. Is he known to you? Is he a bastard son? No, I cannot say that he is. With the exception of the former Archimandrite, I am sure I know no one by that name. But mine and the Archbishop's are known to many, yes? Perhaps this youth took inspiration from public services over which we presided. Goodly soul that he is. Full glad am I his faith was of comfort to him in sickness, and I pray to Haloni that he will soon be found in good health. Oh God, you are so suspicious. Now then, if there's nothing else, I shall return to my duties. Oh, you're not going anywhere, buddy. Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna get the full scoop myself. You stay right there while I have a headache. What the hell? Is that Thornton's sword, but without the fucking eye in it? What? Fear not, your eminence, I shall carry on your legacy. What? We have completed the preparations as per your instructions, but are you certain this will work? It will. It must. Lord Aymeric spoke the truth when he revealed the Archbishop sought primal powers to strengthen the people's faith. I could not bring myself to believe it, not at first, but in the course of cataloging His Eminence's personal articles, I came upon his journal. Therein he had written that, through abundant ether and fervent prayer, it is possible to make gods of men. Ah, you assholes getting tempted with this shit time and time again. All the power we require lies in this place, this Aziz-La. By channeling the essential elements into soulless flesh and sword we have found... Wait, what the fuck? So now just anybody can go to Aziz-La? I thought it was still pretty difficult for the average person to get there. Or did us opening the gateway just make it like, you know, fucking Disneyland for people to just go whenever they wanted? So is this a dead body? We shall summon forth King Thornton and his knights 12, and by his blessing Ishgard be... Oh, fuck this guy. Ishgard shall be restored to its former glory. How dare you have the face of Montrachane, who is an actual nice guy. You just tarnish his face. No, stop that right now. Don't keep doing that. Ah, God. What is even happening? It's like energy from the sword? Wait, what? It makes him look like somebody else? What is this? It's just an ordinary man, scarcely changed from before. Yeah, but the other guy was like a kid, and now he's aged up or something? Hmm? What the fuck are you? Oh, well, whatever it is, whatever they did didn't work too well. Cloned Ellison? Ugh, His Eminence, I must protect. Ugh, now I swear to God. It's good that it's not Zephyrin. If it had been that asshole, I would just want to kill him myself and kill him twice. No, no, this isn't right. Yeah, you got one of his knights. You didn't get Thornton. Confound it. Perhaps I overlooked something. I must return to the Holy See and review the journal. Just leave this body here. Your Grace, what shall we do with this thing? Leave it. 'Tis a failure without use or value. The denizens of this place will deal with it soon enough. I mean, you guys could have just killed him. We need to find this blue guy and make him talk. That's so shitty. You just leave them behind. And then he's going to be resentful, I'm sure, right? But I mean, he's already turned into a dragon, so there's no coming back from that. Gaddis, are you well? Is this nighttime now, or was it already... Okay, the light, I thought it took, like, hours for me to just have that memory. Are you well? Were you perchance granted a vision of the past? Yeah, and it's a juicy one. An attempted summoning of King Thornton and his Knights 12? Stop this fucker. You're busted, man. You are fucking busted. Your Grace, you should know full well that the summoning is strictly forbidden. You will accompany us to the congregation and explain yourself. Oh no, or is he going to turn into something before we get to that point? I have dedicated my life to the church, conducted my affairs in accordance with the scriptures, and taught others to do likewise. But you took it all from us, tore everything that defined us. You cannot know how it feels to have your very existence rejected, to be forsaken by your community, to be denied by your society. I deny you and this justice. I deny in Ishgard where the church has no place. I refuse to accept it. Do you hear me? I refuse to accept it. Well, now I do have an excuse to kill you. Oh? Alright, Aymeric. You know how to handle your business. Your Grace, no! Now, careful, Clem. Don't turn into that, too. That it should have come to violence yet again. Would that your hand had not been forced, my lord. Deacon Clem should not be alone at this time. I shall remain with him while tending to the aftermath. When things have settled, I will return to the congregation. Pray go on ahead and get some rest. Always wanting me to rest. I think that poor Clem could use a rest, perhaps. Yeah, the one thing that sucks about this is it's making it sound like the advancements that my mind thought had happened with Ishgard maybe were not quite as advanced. Either that, or it's one step forward, two steps back kind of situation. Things should have improved, and I assume that they had from prior, sub-quests and the firmament and stuff, but this quest is now feeling like it's starting to unravel any of those accomplishments. Like, even without blasphemies, these assholes were going to try to do something wholly horrible on its own by resummoning things. How fares the deacon? Well enough, given the circumstances. Though understandably shaken, he is more determined than ever to help his fellows. Truly, he is possessed of a stout heart. Be careful! That's usually like a death flag right there. But to think that even a member of the Synod could succumb to despair and turn. The crisis gripping the church is far graver than I ever imagined. In pushing for such an abrupt separation of religion and state, we may have exacerbated the growing divide between the clergy and the general populace. Well, I mean, it had to happen at some point. There's no there's no soft or gentle way to do it. Like, maybe it's best to do a clean break. I mean, gotta start the ball rolling somehow, right? There's gonna be casualties no matter what the hell you do. Gaddis, will you recount in full that which you witnessed in your vision? Oh yeah. That he should seek to use one of Alag's unholy abominations to create a primal. Yet that which manifested was not like the being you fought, but rather retained the form of a man, one driven by the desire to protect the Archbishop. We may safely assume the bishop did not have sufficient ether. Bereft of Nidhogg's eye, the sword Ascalon no longer has such power. Nor does that of the warring triad remain to be harnessed thanks to your valorous intervention. But if the summoning failed, how did the clone come to possess life? And what purpose drives it? Lack of ether notwithstanding, the necessary components were present for a summoning. Perhaps the ritual itself was a success, and the vessel, though imperfect, arose as a champion of the Archbishop. Yet how did he come to be in the Central Highlands? You believe that this clone and the man who became the blasphemy are one and the same? Nay, I merely speculate. Yet considering what we know of the clone and Vaindrano, it would seem a likely possibility. Whatever the truth may be, it will not elude us forever. But first, I must lay some groundwork for the next phase of our investigation. God's permitting, I will have news to share ere long, so pray look in on us when you can. Okay. Wills unending, faith unbending. Gaddis, you are ever a sight for sore eyes. Ill tidings, my friends. Oh no, what happened now? I dispatched the Temple Knights to find the clergyman who aided in Bishop Vartano's summoning attempt. Regrettably, when confronted, all turned and had to be put down. Without their accounts, how then to ascertain that the clone and Vaindrano are the same individual? Maintaining the assumption that they are, perhaps we should instead consider how Vaindrano may have found his way to Kurthus. According to Gaddis's vision, he was abandoned in Azazla. But what did he do afterwards? Yeah, how do you... Those are all floating islands. How the hell do you get from there to Kurthus? Then there is but one way to ascertain the truth. We follow his trail. I shall go and search for the clone in Azazla. If he is still there, then we are dealing with a different individual. A splendid idea. We leave the floating continent in your capable hands. Is that wise? I don't want another Fortom to get injured. Okay, it's just a side quest, so I'm sure it will be fine. Meanwhile, Gaddis and I shall retrace Vaindrano's steps whence he first appeared. Upon being found in the Central Highlands, he was taken to Camp Dragonhead. Oh god, you're gonna make me go there. Let us begin by making inquiries there. You're gonna make me look at the fucking portrait. I just fucking know it. Just twist that knife. Every time. Keep twisting that fucking knife. Is there really one inside here? You assholes. Hi, Harshaphon. Or Harshaphon's friends. Oh, Amanoline's in here. Ah, 'tis ever an honor to receive you. What brings you to our humble camp this day? An injured man who was found out in the wilds. Yes, I know the one. I was with the patrol that chanced into him north of here at Providence Point. He was unconscious and in a bad way, and we hurriedly bore him back to this camp. After doing what we could for him, we sent him on to the city. Okay. Alright, while we're here... The boy. What are you up to, Emmanuel? Goddess, old boy, when I saw you off in the Ragnarok, I had every faith that you would return, and here you are. A more dependable comrade a man could not hope for. Yes, okay. Sorry, I had to do that because he always sounds so ridiculous. Hey, Arnoa. How you doing? Lord Emanoline's spell of absence afforded me time to return to my writing. I must admit that life was rather duller without him, though not necessarily for the worse. That kid's got a sharp mind. Investigating the stranger we found, are you? I wasn't involved myself, so I can't tell you much about the fellow. But in case it is of interest, earlier the same day, I caught sight of an airship flying dangerously low. It soon disappeared into the brewing snowstorm, looking none too steady. So not the guy's airship? Is that probably where those fucking priests were coming from? I mean, you were probably inside all day. You're always sitting here. Well now, if it isn't the late Lord Harshafon's dear friend. Fuck you. God damn it. Dear friend. We were boyfriends, I'll have you know. Is there something you require? Ah yes, the mystery man. I was among those who tended to him. He was not attired for the snow, much less the snowstorm in which he had been caught, and was suffering from frostbite. When people are extremely cold, they may mistakenly feel that they are warm and disrobe. Really? I mean, I guess I haven't been that cold, so that's very interesting. That might explain his state of undress. Huh. Okay. I will thank you not to mention Sir Harshafon's name again. Unless I ask you to. Okay. Oh, are we gonna ride chocobos together? What is this? There you are. Were you able to learn aught of interest? Yeah, there's one piece about where he was found. There's one piece about the airship flying low, and one piece about his state when he was found. Enjoy. A mysterious man found collapsed after an airship was seen flying low. Yes, the accounts I heard are consistent with yours. I, for one, am curious about the fate of this unknown airship. To that end, I have arranged a pair of black chocobos for us, the more efficiently to scour the area. We shall contain our search to Providence Point, where Vaindrano is said to have been found. Oh, so am I forced to use this chocobo? If you are ready, let us be off. Okay. Oh, what? Oh, it's on autopilot. Okay. This is fun. Is this like a date? I guess not. There's like murder and investigations and things to be had, so let's just call it a quasi-date. I wonder if is he going to talk to me while we're flying, or is this going to be a silent trip? I wonder if other people can see both of us flying, or if they just see me. Nothing so far. Let us continue northeast. Did they also pick a black chocobo because that's the one that Harshafont gave us? I feel guilty that I barely use that particular chocobo. I should probably use it more often. This is where we fought the Chimera a long-ass time ago. Oh, boy. Free airship. By the Fury, it's the blasphemy. Oh no, more memories. This is how he ate the people on the airship? Oh. Well, where did he get an airship in Azizla unless it was from the people that revived him? They don't just have them hanging around. Whatever. That's the least of my problems here. His Eminence must protect His Eminence. His Eminence is dead. Ah, you're finally awake. Helone be praised. How are you feeling? Strong enough to speak? Can you tell me your name? My name is Zephyrin. No, Sharbert? Or was it Velgun? Polacrane? So many names swirling in my mind, and voices that reject them. Is there none they will accept? Are you all right? Vaindro. My name is Vaindro. Well now, that's the same as our infirmary. I dare say fate has guided you to us. So, Vaindro, are you feeling up to a little conversation? Can you tell me about yourself? Anything else you remember? Anything at all? A proud son of House Zamael, nay, a devout servant of Halone, who lives for the rush of battle, the pleasure in inflicting pain, the attentions of maidens, to fight beside my brother-in-arms. A low-born runt whose every effort went unrewarded, whose very name disqualified him from ever leading the Temple Knights, but his eminence raised me up, granted me a place at his side. From that day forth, I pledged my sword to his service, pledged my very being, my life to be offered up in defense of his. I am a knight of the Heavensward, sworn to protect and serve the Archbishop. Oh, you're a knight? Forgive me if that sounded rude, but I had no idea. And while I realize your memories may be a little muddled, I'm afraid I must inform you that the Heavensward have not been seen in quite some time and are presumed dead. And the Archbishop, well, he is most certainly no longer of this world. Uh-oh, that's gonna fuck this dude up. But the important thing is that you're safe now, and we'll help you get back on your feet. Speaking of which, let me bring some food and water. You must be absolutely famished. The Archbishop dead? No. No, this cannot be. How can I still be alive when he is not? See, now this is an interesting question for me, because from what I read and what people, I don't know if it's just implication or if they actually spelled this out at some point, but the thing that was kind of lesser known for people is that the Heavensward were apparently all tempered, at least to a certain degree. So not only did they clone a person who doesn't understand their identity, but what happens if you clone somebody who had been tempered? Does that fuck them up even more? I must find him. Oh, and that's when he started doing the little silly walk. Gaddis! Well, oh, I took too long having that little dream. God, he is very bright. For the glory of King Thordan. Very ironic for a dragon to be saying that. Wait, is he just running away? I'm not gonna attack? God damn it. Another vision, I take it. Yeah, did you see me just tune out there for like a minute? Let us make for Ishgard. I expect that Lord Artoirel will return soon, if he is not already, and we should both be glad to hear your tale. Ah, goddess, I pray your search was more productive than mine own. Yeah, I got some fun stories to tell you. Everyone is here. Excellent. So, were you able to find our clone in Azizla? Nay, not but the discarded Ascalon remained. How fare you with your own efforts in the Central Highlands? In the course of retracing Vaindro's steps, we came upon the wreck of the Solil. I suspect he found the vessel abandoned in Azizla and tried to use it to return to Ishgard. But he crashed en route and was subsequently rescued by a patrol from Camp Dragonhead. So it would seem. And the Archbishop's airship was not the only thing we found. Profane Fafnir was there too. The creature chose to flee, but not before Gaddis had a vision of Vaindro's past. Go on, my friend. Share with us what you witnessed. All the pieces fit, and it is as you surmised, my lord. Vaindro and the clone are one and the same, and in his despair he turned into the blasphemy. Yet the confusion he exhibited when asked his name, 'tis as if he wasn't sure of his own identity. According to the Scions, primals retain the memories of their previous incarnations. From this, it may be assumed that the clone harbors the memories of all those who became King Thornton and his Knights 12. Though he struggled to reconcile these conflicting memories, he managed to settle on the name Vaindro. The voices within were clearly in agreement when facing Gaddis, the mere sight of whom drove the blasphemy to flee. Above all, however, they share the same desire to protect the Archbishop. This desire was seared into Vaindro's very being, and when he learned that he no longer had a purpose, the Heavensward took up arms against us and Ishgard. By their hand were we robbed of one of our finest knights and a dear friend. Even so, I would not wish such a terrible fate upon them. Ah, fuck them, man. Fuck all those fucking knights. I don't care if they were tempered. The selfsame fate inflicted upon full many clergymen, and a fate I fear ordinary citizens will succumb to if we fail to act. The people will not soon forget the betrayal of our church's leadership, nor should they. But absent the comfort and stability once afforded to them by the institution, many have become lost, and are all too vulnerable to despair. Sorry, my brain is still hung up on the idea like, Haurchefant was a dear friend to Aymeric too? Man, who didn't like Haurchefant? Fuck. Okay, what will I say? The people don't have to forget, but they need to move forward. True. The church can still be a source of comfort, but things need to change. Not that I'm like an atheist or something, but I don't think religions help these guys. It's all a bunch of hooey just to get people to, sleep better at night. I think it's better to rip the Band-Aid off and move forward. So people don't have to forget, but they need to move forward. What, do you agree? Okay, good. I thought as much myself, my friend, but to hear you say it as well, indeed. When the ground upon which we stand crumbles, we must find the strength to move forward, even should it cause us pain to do so. Lord Artoirel, at the next house session, I shall call for oh god, what is this word? Ecumenical council to be held. My lord, such a gathering is reserved for... Oh, you intend for the church to codify new doctrine. Since the separation of religion and state, we have refrained from interfering in church affairs. But if the church is to remain a part of Ishgardian society and continue serving the people, it must consider its role and formally address recent revelations. That's a good idea. I would call for this council not as the Lord Speaker, but as a humble adherent of the faith. Long had I considered whether such measures were necessary, but lacked the courage to set them in motion. I now have it thanks to you. Good boy. Good man. I shall tend to the necessary preparations at once. Among other things, we must reach out to those of the clergy who are amenable to reform. I ask for your patience in the meantime. We're getting close to level 90, dude. I hope we can find a solution soon. We have, 2 more quests? Tick-tock, tick-tock, church. Your time's running out. O mighty fury, guide us to victory. The set of Artoirel's jaw betrays a hint of anxiety. Ah, goddess. Owing to Lord Aymeric's swift action, I am pleased to say that the Ecumenical Council will soon be held. In case you are unaware, the Council is the highest assembly in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, its purpose to deliberate and decide upon doctrine. The previous one was held no less than 80 years ago, and 4 archbishops have since come and gone. As such, most Ishgardians know little of it, save that which they have read in the historical records. Traditionally, the Archbishop and members of the Synod would meet behind closed doors. In light of Bishop Vartano's fate, however, this time the doors will be thrown open to the public. Throw wide the gates, baby. Indeed, for the first time in history, all men and women of the faith have a hand in shaping the mission and teachings of the Church. Oh boy, that's a lot of voices. Hopefully you have a way to direct them all properly. 'Tis my hope that you will also join us in this endeavor. Deacon Clem, allow me to express our gratitude for your efforts in facilitating the council. We appreciate the difficulty of your position. Is this guy going to become the new archbishop? I merely heed my conscience and my faith, my lord. Acting in Bishop Vartano's stead, I shall do all within my power to see that the church may serve the people once more. Where's the Lord Speaker, if I may ask? He stepped outside for a moment, saying he wished to gather his thoughts ahead of the council. The hour draws nigh, however. Gaddis, I shall proceed to the vault with the good deacon. In the meantime, may I ask you to find Lord Aymeric? He should be at the last vigil, I believe. You got it. Oh, 'tis you, my friend. Is it time already? Yep. I see. My apologies for making you come and fetch me. I've been thinking, Gaddis, on this path I have chosen to walk, and on those who have been left behind as a consequence of my actions. Those who died in fighting, those burdened with boundless grief, those deprived of position and purpose. Like any nation, Ishgard is made up of disparate souls with disparate beliefs. Without an enemy to unite us, we recall the differences we once set aside out of necessity, and find amongst our old friends new ideological foes. The future I had envisioned, 'tis far more difficult to secure than I ever imagined. What must I do for our people to live in harmony? For our nation to move forward as one? Such questions I have been pondering. We should make our way back to the council. Shall we continue our conversation while we walk? It's a bit of a one-sided conversation, but yeah, sure. Oh, am I gonna walk with you? Ready? Then let us be off. If it is agreeable, I would like to look on Fortom Manor. Sure. Oh, he's accompanying me. Ooh, this is a date. Date number 2? You can leave Aymeric behind? No, never. Alright, can I talk to you? Speak. Though we haven't much time, I'm glad for the opportunity to stroll about the city with you. You're gonna fucking tear my heart with whatever you have to say here, aren't you? It feels like another age that you and yours were no more than foreign wards of House Fortin. And in actual fact, it may be considered so. For your coming set in motion a chain of events that brought an end to the Dragonsong War, ushering in a new age of harmony. You paved the way for meaningful change in our nation, and for that you shall ever have my gratitude. Now then, shall we continue on to the architects? King Thornton and his Knights 12, the murderers of Radz-at-han. Since the truth of their ancient crime came to light, many have demanded that these images be torn down. Yet though what our founding fathers did was wrong, neither is it right to simply expunge them and their deeds from history. To do so would be to deny our people's part in what followed for 1,000 years. Ugh, this hits a little too close to home. I mean, even in the country that I live, there are arguments about tearing down statues of people that were known nowadays, known to be evil or have committed great sin. But, I mean, I don't know if I agree with you, Aymeric. While it is important to remember history and what these people did, having essentially monuments to them may or may not be a good idea. We have the chance to forge a new future, but we as a nation must decide how we will confront our past. Forgive me, I was lost in thought yet again. Let us join Deacon Clem at the vault. Yeah, you can remember bad people, but maybe don't make like 13-foot statues of them, because then that makes it seem like you are remembering them in a more magnificent or larger-than-life kind of light than they deserve. There you are, my friends. The council is about to convene. Let us take our place in the audience hall. Oh, this is a whole thing. Who breaks out into fistfights first? Probably me. God, I wish this was voice acted. Esteemed members of the clergy and honored adherents of the faith, I thank you all for your attendance. In recent days, our nation has been racked by a series of tragedies. Those among us who do Halone's work have been transformed into abominations. This dreadful phenomenon has been brought about by the final days, and it is upon our despair and anguish that it feeds. Thus, if we are to prevent further tragedy, we must strive to ensure that all Ishgardians, clergymen and citizens alike, abide with peace and love for one another in their hearts. To that end, I have called this ecumenical council, the first in generations, that we might together determine a path forward for the Church and our society as a whole. Since antiquity, the Ishgardian Orthodox Church served the people in two respects, as the Fury's spear to strike at the heart of dragonkind, and as the Fury's shield to safeguard the souls of men. But now that we are at peace with the Dravanians, the Church need no longer serve as the spear, and so we must now reconsider how we might better serve as a shield for our brethren. The hierarchy must be reformed, and for that we need accountability. The upper echelon must be stripped of rank at a minimum, and investigations conducted, trials held if the evidence is sufficiently damning, and then we may turn our attention to the doctrine of lies. Oh, this guy, I like this guy. Rip it all apart. Oh, she doesn't like him though. As our predecessors did before us, we of the Synod had ever sought to interpret the scriptures to the best of our ability, and thence conveyed Halone's will to the people. Such fervent pursuit of retribution at the expense of doctrine would come also at the expense of our faith. I don't know about that. Oh, start a fight. Does this lady have something to say? Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh, Halone, are we outside your grace? No, don't freak out in here, please. No, no. You fucking idiots. Don't start turning. This bodes ill. At this rate, someone might turn. You're right. Say something moving to steal their hearts. Break the table in half. Since the war's end, the Church and the faithful have stood at a crossroads, unable to take the next step forward. His Grace, Bishop Fartino, may he walk in Halone's halls, was one such soul, and in his longing for simpler times, he resorted to using forbidden magics. He succumbed to despair. In our minds, we renounce the lies upon which our nation was built. But in our hearts we yearn for the righteousness, misguided though it was, that gave us comfort and purpose for so long. So let us not forget who we were. Let us confront the mistakes of the past and learn from them, that we do not repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. And that seemed to calm them down a little bit. As fervently as we believed in our sacred duty, we struggle to accept the Church's deception and embrace change. The legacy of Thornton weighs heavy, and there is the temptation to simply cast it aside like a mantle that suits us no longer. Yet that would dishonor the sacrifice of those who went before, countless souls who served the people with purest intent. And so, heavy though it may be, let us together bear this burden as we set forth anew. Our friend Gaddis risked life and limb to reveal the truth to us, the truth that our legends and our scripture were tainted by betrayal, but not wholly corrupted. Sure. Though the great walls and towering spires of our city may have been built with murder and deception, they rest upon a foundation immutable and true, our devotion to Halone, whom we have worshipped since our forefathers settled these lands. The Church is a font of practical wisdom, and its teachings guide us in our daily lives. Such things define our faith no less than the lies. We can acknowledge our sins without renouncing our religion. Aye, and without rejecting who we are. A comprehensive review of scripture as well as historical literature will be necessary. Revisions, as appropriate, must be made to ensure that the truth of our past is preserved for future generations. That old dude in the middle just does not want to say anything. Oh, there he goes. With your peerless knowledge of church doctrine, I dare say none is better suited to leading that effort than you. I also expect that many eyes will be required to pore over all the tomes. I know many idle men and women of faith who would jump at the chance to do Halone's work once more. That day so very long ago, I had no answer to my father's words, but it seems the people had it within them all along. Yay, everything's solved. Oh wait, but the dragon's still around. Okay. Well, there's not fucking fights in the streets, so that's progress at least, right? With this, the church and the people have taken their first step towards a brighter future. I hope so. 'Tis well Lord Aymeric interjected when he did. Yeah, good timing there, pal. The council went better than I had dared hope. Truly, while the details remained to be decided, 'twas a resounding success. Your words helped everyone to find common ground. I know not how to thank you. Much credit must go to Gaddis. In the face of great hardship, never did he hesitate to press on, and our people have not forgotten this. Oh, they like me. Yay. Indeed, well do I remember the day you flew into Ishgard upon a dragon's back. In making possible the impossible, you inspired us all. In you we glimpsed the fury, a vision of courage in the face of uncertainty. Looking to your example, we shall endeavor to bring about change to the church for the future of all Ishgardians. There will, of course, be those souls who struggle to rise above the mire of despair, but my fellows and I shall be there to take their hand in faith and love. For what is faith, if not salvation? Well, I had best return to the cathedral. We have much and more to do. But before I forget, I tracked down that which you requested. Some repairs will be necessary, but it will be seen to with all haste. What? What are you fixing? Are you fixing the fucking sword? The Ascalon? I had tasked the deacon with finding a certain item, you see. A secret weapon, one might say. Given what we know of Profane Fafnir, I suspect it will be of great use in our hunt. I would say that weapon should be Estinian, but I'm sure that's not what you're talking about. Once the repairs are complete, we shall be ready to strike. Okay. The airship, then? With the church having reached an accord with the people, the risk of more clergymen turning is greatly diminished. We may now focus entirely on the blasphemy. 'Tis time we freed Vaindro from his torment. Rest while you can, Gaddis, for I dare say the coming battle will demand the best of us. I mean, best of you maybe. I'm sure I'll handle it just fine. I've been killing blasphemies for, like, days now. All right. Ever march Heavensward. Nice. Artoirel has his sights set on Profane Fafnir. Glad tidings, Gaddis. Since the Ecumenical Council, not a single soul has turned. God damn, that's effective. Even in Fafnir and the other places, you get the occasional people flipping, but wow. Safe in that knowledge, we need only think how to hunt down the blasphemy. Ah, Gaddis, you're here too. Excellent. I'm pleased to say that the secret weapon is ready. We may now look to dealing with Profane Fafnir. Cool, let's see this weapon. As you recall, when we last encountered it, it was lying in wait by the Solil. What? Is it the Ascalon? An instinct driven by its inherited memories, I believe. It seeks to protect that which is most strongly associated with the Archbishop. In all likelihood, 'twas the selfsame motive that compelled it to come to the Holy See. From the skies above, it keeps watch over the Holy Vault. When next it descends, we shall exploit this instinct by using the secret weapon to lure it to the chancel. What? So is it the sword? Yeah, what exactly is the secret weapon? 'Tis none other than the Fury's Grace, the holy crozier of the Archbishop. What? Crozier? Suspecting that Bishop Vartano had retrieved it from Azizla, I had Deacon Clem search his private quarters. My suspicion proved correct. With the crozier in hand, I shall make an irresistible bait for Profane Fafnir. Oh, you are irresistible bait, but, My lord, that is an unconscionable risk. There's no telling how the blasphemy will react. Indeed, but we can be confident that I will command his undivided attention, thus ensuring that no more of our citizens are placed in harm's way. If the Heavensward are the Archbishop's shields, then the Temple Knights are the people's. As the leader of the Order, the risk is mine to bear. I'll protect you, baby. I'll protect the hell out of you. All the Knights of the Heavensward fell in Azizla. As a vessel for their memories, Vaindro may be considered the last of their number. Let us go, then, and relieve him of his... nay. Their duty. Let us see to our preparations and proceed to the vault. We finish this once and for all. I'm protecting you with my life. No more Elizans dying anymore. When the battle begins, Lord Aymeric and I will draw the blasphemy's attacks. Seize the opportunity to bring your magics to bear against it. You got it. If you're ready, then let us set forth. You need but say the word. Word! Oh, there it is. The beast has come. Now is our chance. Okay, what are you holding? What is the... That's what that thing is? Okay. I thought it was like a box or something. I didn't know what he meant. Fitting that you're holding your father's staff, but okay. The irony is not lost on me. Make ready. What if he just snatches you up and flies away with you? How would I... I mean, I have a mount. I guess I could follow. What? Is that all you need to do? Make it come after you? Oh, to me, my knights. It's like the password. Oh. Oh, here we go. Would he mistake Aymeric for Thordan? For the glory of King Thordan. You just look pretty and stand there. I'll take care of this. No, you are not he. A trick! It is a trick! Oh. Wait, did you just drop it? Where did it go? Forgive me, Sir Vaindro, but for the sake of all Ishgardians, we must strike you down. I mean, if you had a little, like, mask or glamour, could you have tricked him into thinking you were your dad? Alright. Fuck this thing.
It ends here!
No, we don't need you aggroing it. Let me take care of this shit. Oh, fuck. Lightning storm. We don't really have a healer, though, so that sucks. I mean, I have Mercure, I suppose. What is that? What? I need to stand where he is? Oh, fuck.
You underestimate me!
I'd say he should fight with a shield, but I am just as guilty of glamoring a non-shield for my paladin, so I guess I shouldn't talk. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, clemency, good. Yes, I don't need to heal you. The fuck? Oh. Alright.
Do not underestimate me!
Wow. Sounded a little high-pitched for that one.
Do not underestimate me!
Stay on your guard. Okay, I get the fuck out of the way. Good. Oh, that's like the old, one of the other dungeons that had the fucking dragon at the end, where you just dodge those big lines that he does when he flies by.
We must stand our ground!
Now what are you gonna do? Gather to me, you faithful souls. Shit. Okay. That's fine, I'll just kill you all at once. Get out of here, die! Good. The time has come to call upon the true power of the Heavensward. The actual Heavensward move. Oh, thank you.
I will not falter!
Oh, that's also good. Oh, don't hold the fucking shield like your brother. God damn it. Oh. I mean, you actually had passage of arms, so you at least learned from your brother's mistakes. That's good. What am I looking at here? Fuck. Okay. Ow. Fuck, that makes me think, what level was Passage of Arms? Was Harshafat literally too low a level to know it? If we were thinking about, like, Heavensward being, like, between level 50 and 60? Because now we're in Endwalker, so Artoirel is probably leveled up to the point where... Oh shit, I'm talking too much. Ah! Where, he would know that move. Heaven's Frost. Just add heavens to everything. Oh shit, is he just gonna keep doing this until he does some, like, enrage? Come on now. There we go. Oh. Sorry, clone guy. Not a great existence for you. Finally, it is over. Thus ends the tale of the Heavensward. Let it not be forgotten. 'Twas wrong of them to conceal the truth of our nation's founding, to abet the Archbishop in his machinations. Yet in peering into their hearts, one thing has become clear. They too had succumbed to primal manipulation. They too were victims. Flawed man, aye, and not without sin, but Ishgardians brave and true, as we all aspire to be. Having triumphed in the battle of ideals, I have a responsibility to all our people. Their hopes and dreams, their sorrow and suffering are mine to bear, and bear them I shall. For had you not vanquished King Thordan, or had I erred in one of my choices, I may well have been the first to succumb to despair, to be reborn a blasphemy. You wouldn't have turned, not you. A ridiculous notion. I'm more like to become a beast than you. You wouldn't have turned, not you. A ridiculous notion. I've been through so much crazy shit. If there was ever a person to become a horrible thing, it would probably be me, but then they've also established that the Warrior of Light just has this indomitable will and just won't ever stay down, so I guess it couldn't be me. But I don't think he would have turned. No, not you. Aww. Thank you, my friend, for having such confidence in me. That's such a sweet smile. My apologies. 'Twas not mine intent to wax sentimental. Our work here is done. Let us return to the congregation. Well, Clem, you made it all the way to the end. I thought maybe you died at some point, but you proved me wrong. I hurried here as soon as I learned of your victory. There are some few words I would say, but it can wait until Lord Artoirel and Deacon Clem have spoken theirs. Gaddis, permit me to offer my gratitude for helping us overcome not only the blasphemy, but the despair which spawned it. But this is only the beginning. On the face of it, we may have made tremendous strides in breaking down ancient barriers within our society, but there yet remain great rifts to be bridged. 'Tis no easy thing to rise above a lifetime of preconceptions and prejudice. I myself have struggled to do so, as you must know. But I shan't give up. On the honor of my house, I will do everything in my power to build a new Ishgard, one in which all people could see eye to eye, regardless of birth and station. Good man. Now then, I believe the deacon has some words for you too. Pray lend him an ear. My Lord Gaddis, may I say how glad I am that you are safe and well. Just before you arrived, Lord Aymeric explained to me the true nature of the man who became the blasphemy. The poor, confused creature was born of the Church's mistakes, and on behalf of the clergy, I give you my heartfelt thanks for laying it to rest. As we work to reform our institutions and rebuild our relationship with the people, we will remember and pray for all those who have fallen in service to the faith. We shall pray for you as well. Wheresoever your path may lead, may the Fury ever watch over and keep you. I shall leave it at that, then. Lord Aymeric, too, wishes to speak, and 'twould not do to keep him waiting. He wants to give me a kiss, so you two can leave the room, and I will just stay right here and take it. Oh, cutscene. Gaddis, Lord Artoirel, I thank you for the vital roles you played in ridding us of Profane Fafnir. As ever, the sight of you in combat was nothing short of inspiring. With no further reported instance of people turning and the blasphemy itself no more, I should like to believe we are free of the scourge of despair. My brethren and I shall labor to see that it ever remains so by fighting to dispel the darkness in men's hearts. And I shall fight with you, not only as the Speaker of the House of Lords or the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, but as a man of faith in our God and our people. Together, let us strive to fill our nation with hope. All right. Gaddis, by now you'll be sickened to death of being thanked, but I must nonetheless express an additional word of gratitude. Full oft have you saved our nation, our people. I speak not only of our lives, but our hearts and minds as well. You have given us a great gift, that of opportunity and choice, and if we are to repay you for it, we as a nation must take full advantage of our freedom to dictate a new course forward into a brighter future. What forward means, we may not always agree upon, but as fellow Ishgardians, we shall find a way to rise above our differences and stand united. That is the nation that I will strive to build. This I swear to you. Gaddis, given all that you've done for us, I am loath to impose further, but may I trouble you to bear word of our success to our officer at radz-at-han? Oh, do I have to leave? Can I just hang out with you guys a little bit more? I know you're so into duty and honor and stuff, but man, I miss you guys. We will of course be sending a report, but there's no substitute for a first-hand account. Our allies would benefit from the additional details you can provide as well. Our thanks again, my friend, and may the Fury speed your way. Aww. Another successful mission completed. Only 3 to go. Alright, guy. I got some stuff to tell you. Ah, my Lord Gaddis. By your return, dare I hope that the hunt for the blasphemy was a success? Why, yes it was. That you would vanquish the beast comes as little surprise, but that this occasion would serve as an impetus for the Church to embark upon a path of reform is incredible. I will share these joyous tidings with our allies without delay. If I may speak candidly, I must confess to being a great admirer of yours. When you have a moment, I should like to hear about some of your adventures, if you would do me the honor. For the present, however, in my official capacity as the Ishgardian delegate, I offer you my humblest thanks for your immeasurable service to our nation. Yay, I can now dye the job-specific gear. Do you want me to tell you about those stories now? Okay, well, later, I guess. Well, that was fun. I previously did the tank quest, and I gotta say, I just connected with this one more. Obviously, I'm very biased towards Ishgard, but I do feel that they were actually more successful in their endeavors. It felt like the Gridanians still let a lot of people turn, and they were just kind of going like, oh, let's just appease the elementals and everything will be fine. So I felt the approach on their end was a little lacking. It wasn't quite as satisfying. But maybe it'll hit different for other people. This one just hit very well with me. So the next one up, I think, will have to be Healer. Yeah, so this Alamegan one, I will probably be doing next. And then I have to actually level up the other two to a point where I can do those as well. But until then, I'll see you guys as Sage. And thanks for watching.